My name is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. Here on YouTube, I upload very girly girl, bougie on a budget, lifestyle, chronic illness, disability awareness, and LGBTQ content. If you are new, you should totally stop what you're doing and subscribe to join the Famurray, and don't forget to turn on that bell so that you know whenever I upload. But for today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I haven't done a Q&A in a very long time. I posted and I was like, ask me questions. It can be anything. Yeah, just kind of like a New Year Q&A. So there's questions about like personal health, there's questions about goals, there's questions about relationships, there's a lot of questions. So I have them all screenshotted on my phone, and I'm just going to be going down the list and answering your questions. If you have any more questions, you can always comment it down below, and I'm sure I'll do another one at some point. It's always good to do a Q&A and talk to you all and catch you all up. Let's just get into it and get started. Tips for working with chronic illness. So take breaks as you need them. Because breaks are super important to keep functioning. When you live with chronic illness, we can get foggy sometimes, we can have medical episodes spontaneously, so take breaks when you need them to avoid those if they are preventable in any way. Prioritize yourself and your health. Your health always comes first over working anything, like working a job, working a volunteer thing. Like, your health always comes first. Yeah, I don't know, it's honestly with chronic illness, like, we never get a break from it, so it's just kind of a matter of like figuring out what works for you, and take days off as you need it, and just make sure you remember that yourself comes first. But yeah, I would also try to find a job that is what is the word? Literally having brain fog. Accommodating of your needs. That's why I am looking heavily for a remote position right now, because I gave an in-person job a go. As you all saw, I had during my Vlogmas, I had like going to work, and then a week or two later I had to quit because of my health, and because that job was just not physically doable for me with my disabilities and with where I'm at right now in my health journey, and that job was not it for me personally. So I'm back on the hunt. Figure out what works for you, prioritize that, go after that. Yeah, I guess those are my tips for working with chronic illness. What do you feel like specifically helps you get through the day the most? Honestly, the people that I love, like my friends, family, play a really big role in getting through the day. It makes me so happy, like when I'm FaceTiming with one of my friends or my girlfriend, or when I'm like watching a movie with my mom, or when I get to see my brother like over the holidays and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like my friends and family play a really big role in me getting through the day, because I'm just like, I love these people, they love me, and it provides me a lot of comfort and happiness. But also my medications. Like, without my fluids, without my Zofran, my IV Zofran, without my Keppra, like without certain medications, I would not be able to get through my day-to-day life. Like, I would be in the hospital. So my meds really significantly help me get through the day, and once I have a service dog, that will also very much help me get through the day. If you don't know, I am on a wait list for a service dog. It's 2 years. We're a year in right now, so I will obviously keep you all posted if I get matched this year, which I'm hoping that I do. I'm putting it out there, manifesting that I will, but they had some more failed pups because of COVID complications, so it's just a waiting game, and I know the right dog will come along at the right time, and that will all happen whenever it's meant to happen. But yeah, my service dog will definitely help me get through the day. Luna, my emotional support animal, she really helps me get through the day. She, from her meowing and cuddling with me in the morning to her like playing with me and just keeping me laughing, keeping me smiling, giving me purpose. I'm a huge animal person. I love animals so much, but she really helps me get through the day. Especially even on the rough days when she just lays on my bed with me, like she's not all up on me because like I feel gross and I'm like, don't touch me. But her love language is quality time and playing. She loves playing too. But yeah, I think those are all things that really help me get through the day. Goals for the new year. Oh gosh, I have so many goals. I want to find a full-time job in social media. I want to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I don't know if that's crazy or not. It's been my goal forever, but I feel like this could be the year for it because I really want to increase the audience who sees my content about chronic illness and disability awareness so that we can continue to raise awareness and make a difference and help other people feel less alone. Like, that's always the goal of my video. So I want to be able to increase the audience who can see that. That's always been a goal of mine. I want to fall back in love with makeup. As you can see, my face is beat today. But yeah, I just want to fall back in love with taking my time, doing my makeup, doing my hair, getting ready, just like enjoying it rather than just doing it just to like feel better. So yeah, that's a new goal. I want to be able to buy a sewing machine and an embroidery machine. I want to be able to start Lux Pop Creations, which is the small business that I want to open this year, basically making like service dog gear. So that has also been a dream of mine. I've had several ideas, but like this is the one that's sticking and that I'm really have so many ideas for and want to create, but I need a sewing machine in order to do that, and an embroidery machine. Hopefully my small business will be able to take care of me, you know, provide stable income. I don't know. I would love for that and YouTube to be my full-time job. That's like a dream, a goal, but I definitely want to get like a full-time job right now so that I can pay off student loans, pay off debt, and save exponentially. So yeah, I have lots of goals for this year, but I think that those are a few good ones. Biggest lessons you have learned this year, and I mean this year, like 2021, that setting boundaries is a good thing and that it might be very difficult, but you gotta prioritize what's best for you, and sometimes change is good. My life now and like last year was a 360 from what it was before. Like the friends, the significant other, like my life was so different than it is now. And with how my life is now, I have never been happier. That's heavily thanks to therapy. That did a lot. So I guess that's another lesson that I learned, is that therapy is really helpful for me, and I'm always a big therapy advocate because if you all don't know, I have physical disabilities, but I also do have mental disabilities as well. Mental illness has been a big struggle of mine for several years. Therapy great. You just gotta take the time to find the right person, and then once you find the right person, and like you also gotta find out what works for you, because I was so used to in-person therapy and then the pandemic happened and I got so used to virtual therapy. But different people are different. Like some people have to be in person and some people can be online. I was at the point where I could be online. I don't know, just make yourself a priority. Know yourself enough to be able to set boundaries. You have to put your health first too. I don't know. It's just, life is too short to have people around you that don't make you happy. Like, that's kind of my mentality. Like, if this person does not bring joy into my life, or if they're disrespectful to me, or if they cause a medical episode, like, I'm not gonna have them around me. I'm not gonna have them in my life. And I want to be surrounded by people who bring good energy, people who bring me love, people who will reciprocate the energy that I give off. And so, yeah. I think that's a big lesson that I learned. Change is good. It's been really weird because the first half of the year I was in school, and then in May I graduated, and then the rest of the year I was just working, and then once my last college job ended, like as an OL, then it was like big world job hunt. And that's kind of like the world I'm still stuck in right now, because I obviously still have bills to pay, trying to figure out how to pay those and everything. I don't know. I started talking about lessons that I've learned and then I like went on a rampage. But what was your favorite day of 2021? March 31st, 2021, because that is the day that me and Autumn started dating. And that is our anniversary. So we are going to have our 1-year anniversary March 31st this year. Ah! Crazy. We made it official. And that was like, what, days, a week after we started talking and hanging out? Yeah, it didn't take long. I can't wait to see what happens with us this year. It's gonna be amazing. Favorite memory from the year? That's really hard, but I think I would have to say graduation. Graduation was so much fun. Yeah, I don't know. It was just nice because my dad was there, my mom was there, my brother was there, my girlfriend was there. I got to actually have a graduation because we weren't sure if we were gonna have an in-person graduation or not because of COVID, and we did have to be masked for a high majority of it, but like we still got to go, we still got to have it. I did pass out during my graduation. If you want to see the vlog of that day, like the card will be linked above, but yeah, it was still such an amazing day because I got to celebrate with my math comm friends and I got to have a graduation, which, oh my gosh, I've dreamt of my college graduation, and the fact that like I actually was able to successfully get my degree amidst dealing with all the chronic health stuff I had going on. Last year was my first year with a PICC line. But yeah, my favorite memory for the year is definitely graduation. Got to celebrate, and like I got to see Maddie at my graduation party, who's my best friend, and I also got to see Kristen and Alex and Kira, and I'm so thankful, and graduation was such a good time, such a good day. And even like the people in the ambulance who wheeled me off the field because I passed out, like I was out, they were even sweet too, so it was a good memory. Advice on finding / having a healthy relationship. I didn't really realize how toxic my previous relationship was. 1, until I got out of it. 2, until I started this new relationship with Autumn. And 3, meeting with this new therapist that I've had for the last year. All 3 of those things. And I was like, wow, this is what like actual relationship is supposed to be like. Like, wow, this is healthy communication and not gaslighting bull. Like, just saying. But yeah, I didn't even know how toxic my last relationship was until I was out of it, to be completely honest. And I feel like it was that way with Autumn too. Like she was like, I didn't realize how bad it was until I was with you. And I'm so thankful that we both bring that to each other. Now we have such a great relationship when it comes to communication and just boundaries and respect and love, like genuine love. I love her so much, and I know she loves me too. So people you trust who are good judges of character, they have your best interest in heart, so listen to those. And if you get feelings like red flags in your stomach, don't ignore them. Just give it time. If you're not happy, it's definitely not the right relationship, and if your needs are constantly being pushed aside, it's definitely not the right relationship. So what's your zodiac sign? I am a Gemini. This one was interesting. Okay, do you think you will ever go back to school? No. I truly never ever see that in my life in the future. I have no desire to get another degree further than my bachelor's degree. Like, I'm very happy with my bachelor's degree. Like, I graduated cum laude. I'm very happy with my degree, like a mass comm, PR. I have experience in journalism, advertising, public relations, electronic media and film, social media. I have plenty of experience and stuff to get what I need, like to reach my goals, to live a happy life. I truly don't have the desire at all to go back to school. School was so hard on me, mentally, emotionally. God, I don't know how I was not on anxiety medication throughout like more of college and antidepressants. God dang. But yeah, college was rough. It was like the best 4 years of my life, but it was also the hardest 4 years of my life. I don't know. I did great every semester, but like every semester I just always had this pending doom of failure, and obviously whatever happens, but I graduated on a good note, and I don't want to go back. Like, I'm okay with learning in a job, learning in a setting where I'm getting paid, but I have no desire to go back to school. I'm very happy with what I got degree-wise, and I'm very happy with my bachelor's degree. Like, for what I want to do, I feel like that is plenty sufficient. Because I cannot tell you how difficult school is with chronic illness, disabilities, brain fog, seizure brain, seizures, fainting. I can't tell you how many episodes I had on campus, off campus. It was so hard, and I constantly was working through all of that, doing work, doing assignments, trying to keep up so I could graduate on time through my health. So I don't think I will ever go back to school again because I want to work. I want to get paid for doing what I got my education for. So no. The very long answer is that, but the short answer is no. Dreams now that you have graduated. Full-time YouTube and Lux Pup Creations, full-time owning my small business and doing YouTube and social media. I'm also doing freelance social media work, social media specialist, manager, coordinator, blah blah blah, whatever it is. I love social media work, so I'd love to do freelance work on the side, or like have a part-time or full-time job. I don't know. So I want to eventually move out, and then with Autumn, me and Autumn are trying to move in together at some point this year. Getting my service dog, that is a dream that is happening. It's just such a long wait, and it's so hard because like even though you have to wait for your service dog, you can't put your disability on hold. Like you still have to live with it and deal with it and your symptoms every single day, and it's just really hard because it makes the wait you feel even longer, because it's like I can't get a break from my disability, but I just have to wait until like it matched, and it's just it just ripped my heart out. Why don't you? But yeah, I think those are probably my biggest dreams. 5 words to describe your year 2021. 5 words. Okay. Eye-opening, successful, happy, challenge, life-changing. I don't know. Are you growing your hair out? I miss it short. I miss it short too. So I don't know. My hair is like collarbone length right now. Obviously it's a little crimped, so it's a little bit longer than that. I was just gonna let it grow out, and then I was probably gonna have Autumn cut it, and we'll probably do it short for the summer because I just can't have long hair when it's hot. I can't do it. It drives me insane, and I will pass out so fast overheating. Kind of leaving it be. Like I haven't gotten highlights in forever. That's why you can see this is my natural hair color, because it's like a dirty blonde color. So this is the highlighted and this is not. So it's kind of like a pretty ombre right now. It's growing in really naturally, which is why I kind of really like it how it is right now. So that's why I'm just kind of leaving it alone. But yeah, don't worry. I love my short hair too, and it's not going anywhere, especially in the summer. Growing it out for the winter, and then I'll probably have Autumn cut it when it gets hot again. What's in store for 2022? Well, I'm hoping to continue to post fabulous content. I want to focus more on disability advocacy and raising awareness for chronic illness. I also always want to help other people feel less alone, so with my videos and stuff, I hope that I do that. So more videos to come. Hopefully going to get to launch my small business this year, move in with my girlfriend this year. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot in store. I feel like it's actually so funny because I was doing a tarot reading the other night, and I don't even remember the card. I want to say the Fool. The meaning is like sometimes it's nice to not know what's coming, like just take it one thing at a time. I don't know if that's inverted or not version. I'm still learning the deck and stuff, but that card like came up at me so many times just randomly out of nowhere. It was just like ding, and I was like, okay, dang, okay. So I'm just trying to take a step back. Like obviously I have my goals and things that I'm working towards always, but just kind of like letting things happen as they happen. I know divine timing, the universe is going to give me everything I want when it's meant to be. So yeah, there's a lot in store for 2022. Hopefully getting matched with my service dog, whether that's mid-year, end of the year, or early next year, whenever it's meant to happen. I know it will happen, but so much to come this year, so stay tuned. Shout out to your faves. Obviously my girlfriend, love you. Shout out to my mama because I couldn't do this without you. Shout out to Kristen, Alex, Meredith, Ryan, Kira, Nick, Maddie, of course, Ellie, Autumn's family, my family. Also, shout out to my spoonies, my fellow spoonies who are warriors every single day. Always sending out love. Shout out to all of you. You're all beautiful humans, and I love you more than I can even explain. Oh, this is a good one, but this is an intense one. Honestly, this could be a whole video. Probably going to, because this is actually inspiring me to make a whole video about this. But can you talk about coping with body image / dysmorphia while living with gastroparesis? Oh my gosh, you are not alone. You are so not alone in this. I can't even tell you how, like, you all don't even know a big chunk of my story because I like to keep it personal, but it is so difficult to not have control over yourself or the food that you are allowed to or able to eat. Having to go from eating everything by mouth to being fully TPN dependent for several months to only liquids for several months to now to needing a G-tube so that I can drain all the bile that's building up in my stomach and making me vomit and have these episodes and everything. And I wasn't at a healthy weight until I was more than half a year on TPN, and the fact that I couldn't even get to that healthy weight through eating, it had to be through TPN because my body simply wasn't, because of my gastroparesis, it wasn't taking the proper nutrition and good things out of the food that I was eating, so I wasn't getting any of the benefits. I wasn't maintaining a healthy weight. I wasn't like at a good place. Like, it wouldn't matter what I would eat, like what I would do. I was still at this unhealthy place. I was still miserable. I was still having so much stomach pain, and I even pushed myself past my limits, and it resulted in vomiting episodes. And then I finally got diagnosed with the gastroparesis, and that was really life-changing. So shout out to Dr. Curtin, because he's my man's. He's the one who helped me with my PICC line. He's the one who got me the G-tube, and it's got me at a point now where I'm stable-ish. But I'm still, I'm a year in now, and I still have a PICC line. I still have my G-tube. It was really difficult mentally to deal with seeing the weight gain physically without knowing, like, I didn't even eat to get here. Like, it was purely the PICC line nutrition. And it's so hard to process and get used to, especially at doctors. Like, it's a standard thing, they have to take your weight, like, which I feel is so unnecessary. But I always do blind weights. I never look. I always ask them, I'm like, don't tell me, like, period. I feel like it doesn't matter because you're so much more than a number, and I'm saying that at me and saying it at anyone else who needs to hear it. But I definitely battle with a lot of body dysmorphia, and I mean my whole life, but especially while dealing with gastroparesis and having to get a tube in my stomach and having to have this thing in my arm all the time. It's very difficult to cope with, and a lot of therapy went into my ability to cope with it. So I credit that a lot to my therapist, because that's what we talked about for months and months, and I would just cry to her. Whew, I'm about to start crying now just thinking about it. Oof, you are not alone. I love you so much. Okay, I can't cry because I can't mess up my makeup. I'm gonna move on. If you guys want a whole video on that, let me know. I'll have to make notes so I can actually stay organized. You hear my voice breaking, me trying not to cry. Ooh, okay. Was it scary first using a mobility aid in public? I would say yes and no. So I'm someone who really gets in my head a lot. And honestly, my first time using a mobility aid in public was in the hospital in a wheelchair, because when I have my flares, I can't walk. I cannot walk. It is a recipe for disaster. Like when I'm throwing up, when I'm having seizures, when I'm passing out all the time, like it's just not it. So that was kind of my first experience, like being wheeled around in a wheelchair, but it was like in a hospital. The first time I really used a mobility aid in public was my walker. It was actually given to me by a family friend. She gave us a wheelchair and a walker that they weren't using. Those are very expensive things. First thing that I started using very commonly, very much, like I almost always go out with it now if I'm gonna be in somewhere for a substantial amount of time, was my walker. So I took it to graduation. I take it with me to like the mall, and it was scary. I had thoughts. I was like, wow, like what are people gonna think? Like the internal ableist thoughts, like you're too young to use a walker, like there's grandmas out over here walking fine and you're using a walker at 22, like the judgment that you have to deal with sometimes. I mean, I've been in Target with my walker and my girlfriend was with me, and the dude was like, oh, did you hurt your knee or something? And I just looked at him, I said, no, I'm disabled. I don't know. So there's definitely a lot of overthinking that happened before using my mobility aid in public. And I mean, soon I'm gonna have my service dog, and I'll probably have my walker, my service dog at places like Disney. I'm gonna be in a wheelchair. There's no way I can walk around at a theme park, but hopefully I will have my service dog. My service dog will have some mobility tasks, so that will be another use of a mobility aid. I would say it definitely was a little intimidating first using mobility aids in public, especially when you have invisible disabilities. I I didn't care as much when people could see my PICC line or the tube in my stomach, but when it's winter and everything's covered up and you're young and using a walker, like, it kind of confuses people sometimes, which is very disappointing because anyone can be disabled or become disabled at any age and or chronically ill. Yes, it was intimidating, but I wouldn't say scary. It was more like intimidating, overthinking, nerve-wracking. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do for your health, and using a walker has made my outing significantly better because I can sit down whenever I need to, and it feels better than sitting on a dirty floor. Like, yes, I will do that anywhere, anytime, any place, but it's nicer having a designated like thing that you can just sit down on and have a medical episode on. Just makes me feel better, especially during the age of the pandemic. Like, it feels more clean and like I just feel better, and I last longer because I have something to put my weight against and to help support me and keep me up. This is gonna be a long video, sorry, but I hope you all like it. General health update. So like POTS, gastroparesis, seizures, etc. How have you been doing? Love you too. Whew. General health update. I'm very anemic. I'm getting a iron infusion the day after I'm filming this. That will be vlogged. POTS is all over the place. My Apple Watch tracked my heart rate going to over 200 the other day, so that's fun. Gastroparesis is okay. I have had it several times where I have thrown up and actually been able to stop it with Ativan, fluids, Zofran, Phenergan, Amend, like throwing every single nausea med I can at it. So that is good because we're trying to stay out of the hospital right now because hospitals are overwhelmed once again because of COVID and the Omicron variant. So I'm trying to stay away from the hospital at all costs. So I've been doing every single thing I can to not have a flare that lands me in the hospital. So I've been doing good overall. I've just been having doctor's appointments, been doing job applications and stuff. I've been doing okay, and my seizures seem to be pretty well under control since we've gotten to this certain dose of Keppra, and I think doing an IV has been very helpful as well because my stomach does not digest and break down things properly. You all totally don't even know this because I never talked about it because the hospital vlog didn't get published, but during my last hospitalization they did an upper endoscopy where they found fungus that was like, there was so much fungus, grossness in my small intestine. So I took an antifungal medicine for 21 days to treat that, and they did a Botox injection into my, I'll put the name of it down here, but they did a Botox injection in my stomach. And I think the combination of treating the fungus and doing that injection to loosen my stomach muscles has really helped to manage my symptoms and help keep me out of the hospital. I think both of those played a huge role. I've been meeting with the Johns Hopkins POTS clinic. I finally have a Mercy, a primary care doctor, so most of my health is through Mercy, but like my POTS stuff is through Johns Hopkins. Yeah, that is kind of an overall health update. Favorite picture you took from 2021? Okay, there's no way I can choose just one, so we're gonna put like top 5, top 10. I love pictures, and there's no way I could just choose one favorite picture from 2021, so they're all my favorite pictures for the year. Alright everyone, so I'm not wearing my glasses and I'm starting to get really nauseous because I'm due for IV Zofran, so I'm gonna go do that, but that is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, comment below any video requests, and don't forget to stop watching and subscribe to join the Famurray. I will see you all in my next video. Love you so much. Happy New Year. Bye. Mwah.